been slain. Well played. Well played.
The sands will take you.
What up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about the fighter hero, Khaleed. Khaleed has a good set of buff effects, area of effect, burst regeneration effects, and crowd control skills. Our Desert Scimitar, Khaleed, is a fighter hero. I consider Khaleed as a sustaining fighter since his second skill lets him heal like there is no tomorrow. Not only that, his ultimate skill lets him surf through the sand waves to eat the enemies alive. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Khaleed based on my experience. We will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain his skills one by one for further understanding. Khaleed's passive, Sandwalk, lets Khaleed ride a sandboard just like one of your favorite anime characters. When Khaleed is moving, he accumulates desert power. When his desert power is fully charged, he will ride a sandboard. While on this state, his movement speed is increased and his next basic attack is enhanced. The enhanced basic attack will let him dash towards the target and raises a wave of surging sand which will deal physical damage to the target and nearby enemies. This attack will spray a pool of sand in a line behind the enemy for a short period. Khaleed will gain additional movement speed on the sand pool while the enemies are slowed on it. Khaleed's first skill, Desert Tornado, lets Khaleed swing his scimitar like a madman. Khaleed whirls his scimitar which deals physical damage to nearby enemies hit. Upon hitting an enemy, Khaleed can leap one more time towards the direction of your joystick and cast this skill again. He can whirl his scimitar for a maximum of 3 times. The second and third whirl's damage has its damage increased, having the third whirl with more damage. This skill deals lower damage to minions and creeps. Khaleed's second skill, Quicksand Guard, lets Khaleed kneel down and rest for a little while. Using this skill will have Khaleed protect himself with the power of the quicksand. While channeling this skill, he regenerates health points and desert power every half second. Damage taken on this state is also reduced for a short time. During the channeling, quicksand appears under his feet which also slows down the enemies on it. Khaleed's ultimate skill, Raging Sandstorm, lets Khaleed enjoy sand surfing to bring demise to the enemies. Khaleed summons a sandstorm and rushes toward the designated area. While surfing, he is immune to crowd control. Enemies hit along the path will receive physical damage and will be pushed constantly. When he arrives at the destination, he shakes the ground which deals physical damage to enemies within the area. Not only that, they are also stunned for a short period. There are so many items that you can buy for Khaleed. You can focus on items that grants physical attack, spell vamp, health and defense, and items that boosts our regenerating abilities. You can consider the Great Khaleed build if you prefer more sustainability in the early game. You can also consider the Jungle Surfing build if you prefer to deal more damage to jungle monsters. But let's talk about the Kurumi way further. As a starting item, you can consider Warrior Boots. This item grants you additional physical defense and movement speed. Its unique passive grants additional physical defense as buff on each basic attack received. The physical defense received can stack and can reach to a maximum of 25 points. This lasts for a few moments. You can consider buying attack items such as Blade of the Heptases. This grants physical attack, health points, and physical defense reduction. Its unique passive grants additional physical damage on your next basic attack to a single target when no damage is taken or dealt within a few seconds. Buying attack items such as Bloodlust Axe will let you sustain your health in team fights. This item grants physical attack and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive grants Spell Vamp. Spell Vamp regenerates health points from damage dealt by skills. You might want to consider Oracle. This grants health points, magical defense, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive increases shield absorption and HP regeneration effects. This can significantly boost the regeneration effects you receive from your second skill, and this also affects health gain from Spell Vamp and Life Steal. You also might want to consider Blade of Despair. This item grants additional physical attack and movement speed. Its unique passive will give you additional physical attack when the target's health is below a certain percentage. The movement speed bonus can also help you chase enemies or escape death. Lastly, you might want to consider Queen's Wings. This item grants physical damage, health points, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive reduces damage taken by 50% when your health is less than 40%, and also increases your physical lifesteal by 30%. This lasts for 5 seconds. The item build for Khaleed really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's descriptions so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on Khaleed is his Purify. This will help you to be immune to crowd control skills for a short period. This will let you use your skills or basic attacks without the worry of being stunned. You can also consider Sprint. This can really help you run from danger or chase enemies. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Fighter Emblem set. Custom Fighter Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as a skill-type fighter. Set Bravery to its max level because it can give you extra physical damage. Higher physical damage means higher damage for your attacks. Setting Invasion to max level will provide you physical penetration. Higher physical penetration means higher damage on your basic attacks and skills. Get Festival of Blood to be granted 8% of Spell Vamp. Killing an enemy hero grants an extra 1% Spell Vamp. This Spell Vamp is really helpful in the early game, since your skills will regenerate some health for you. Set first skill to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the damage of this skill higher and the cooldown lower. That means you can deal more damage to enemy heroes and clear lanes easily with this. Prioritize second skill less since your first skill is what you need to deal more damage to enemies. Always upgrade ultimate skill when available for upgrading. Khaleed's passive skill is what you need to survive in some team fights. Every time he walks, he gains desert power which can be monitored below his health bar. When this bar gets full, he gains additional movement speed and his next basic attack is enhanced. But also take note that you lose some desert power over time when you are not walking. The movement speed buff can help you get to your destination faster. This pool of sand is there to stay unless he uses his enhanced basic attack. Or if he just stands still, which makes him lose the full bar of desert power. The enhanced basic attack can help you clear minion lanes faster. Just make sure to align it well so that the minions behind your initial target will also receive the damage. The enhanced basic attack lets you leap a little towards the target. This is really helpful when chasing dying enemies. The leap from the enhanced basic attack is short. So even if you haven't got so near to the target after the leap, the damage is still inflicted along with the pool of sand that can slow them. Aside from that, the leap after the attack also lets you pass through thin obstacles to chase enemies further. The pool of sand sprayed after dealing the enhanced basic attack helps you chase them further and letting you use your attacks and skills freely while they struggle getting out of the sand. The enhanced basic attack also works on turrets for better pushing. Khaleed's first skill is what you need to deal burst area of effect damage to enemies in team fights. Clicking on the skills button will let Khaleed whirl. Moving the joystick after the first whirl will let him whirl again. He can whirl for a total of 3 times, and he can deal basic attacks in between the whirl. Among the 3 whirls from this skill, the second whirl has more damage while the last whirl has the most damage. So make sure to let the enemies catch all the whirls for the best damage output. Even if minions only receive a percentage damage from this skill, it's still advisable to clean up minion waves with this along with your passive skill. Take note that each whirl of this skill generates a massive amount of desert power. So it's recommended that you use your enhanced basic attack first before using this skill, because after the 3 whirls, you have your desert power bar full for sure, ready to punish an enemy again. Also, it is advisable to use the enhanced basic attack when your desert power bar suddenly got full after 1 or 2 whirls. This is because after dealing the enhanced basic attack, your desert power bar will now be empty, so the last whirl can generate more desert power for you. Khaleed's second skill is what you need to be durable and to sustain in team fights. Clicking this skill will let Khaleed channel this skill. While channeling, he regenerates health. For instance, the damage received while on this state is also reduced. It's like you are begging the enemies to stop attacking you since it's pretty pointless on their end. Since this is a channeling skill, the regeneration effects will stop if you get stunned by the enemies. After a tiring combat which made your health really low, just use your second skill so there won't be a need to go back to the base. When dying, you can choose to do a clutch move with your second skill. On this scenario, we just took a bath inside Odette's ultimate skill. You can even use this against multiple enemies. On this scenario, 3 enemy heroes are trying to kill me. But with the damage reduction and health regeneration, it was impossible for them to kill me and they got killed instead. You also gain desert power while channeling this skill, so it's best to use this when dying to make your desert power bar full, then escape while having your movement speed boosted by your passive. Khaleed's ultimate skill is what you need to surf on sand towards the enemy to stun the whole world. Using this skill will let you surf on sand towards the specified area. Enemies hit along the path will receive physical damage and will be pushed by the wave. Upon impact on the specified location, enemies hit will be stunned and will receive physical damage. During this surfing, Khaleed is immune to crowd control effects. We will show some experiments on that later on. Since you can surf towards the specified directions, you can use this to chase dying enemies easily. The sand wave can pass through obstacles which you can use to surprise enemies or escape death easily. You can also use this skill to escape death while singing A Whole New World along. Here we are again with our experiments. We have our favorite lab rat, Rakuten, to demonstrate with us some heroes that can greatly counter or dominate Khaleed in game. First we have Baxia. Baxia's passive reduces the health regeneration of the enemies hit by his skills. So when you are debuffed with the health regeneration reduction from Baxia's skills, or from items such as Necklace of Durance and Sea Halberd, your heal and also your spell vamp effects will be reduced so bad. Now let's have Valir. Let's see if the knockback from this second skill can stop the channeling of our second skill. As you can see, the channeling of our second skill stopped, so better avoid being knocked back as well while channeling this skill. Next, we are going to try crowd control effects against Khaleed's ultimate skill. Let's put Atlas' ultimate skill to the test. As you can see, Atlas just did a wrestling move on a ghost and nothing else. Now let's put Kaja's ultimate skill to the test. As you can see, Kaja pulled another friendly ghost instead. Even this absolute pulling prowess of Kaja didn't affect Khaleed while singing A Whole New World. How about Franco's ultimate skill? The same result was observed on this one. But you may notice that he was suppressed during the surfing. But the point is, he can still surf even being suppressed. Khaleed really wants to defy the absolute effects of this crowd control skills. Now, let's try Franco's hook. On this scenario, the timing of the hook was kinda off. That's why Khaleed was hooked. But if Franco just hooked a little bit earlier, he won't be able to hook Khaleed. Now, let's try Yuzong's dragon form. Let's see whose pushing power will prevail on this one. As you can see, Yuzong and Khaleed just did a high five in mid-air. They dealt damage to each other and said sayonara afterwards. Now, let's have Fanny. Let's see if Khaleed can push Fanny with his ultimate skill while Fanny glides in mid-air. As you can see, the same result is observed. They also did a high five in mid-air. Next, let's have Aldous' ultimate skill. Let's see if we can push Aldous while charging towards us. As you can see, Khaleed and Aldous also did a high five in mid-air. This just obviously shows how friendly Khaleed is. Next, we have Helgert. Let's see if silence can stop us from whirling for 3 times. As you can see, Khaleed made Helgert's silencing look like a joke. Now, let's try if the silence from his passive can stop the sand surfing. As you can see, even if Helgert received damage from the sand wave, Khaleed wasn't silenced, maybe because he is crowd control immune while surfing. How about let's try if Helgert uses his first skill to silence us while sand surfing. As you can see, Khaleed wasn't silenced and still proceeded having fun sand surfing. How about if Helkert silences Khaleed while channeling his second skill? As you can see, Khaleed stopped feeling the floor. Now, let's test if Nana's Melina can transform us while sand surfing. As you can see, depending on your timing, you can counter the transformation effects from Melina and continue enjoying sand surfing. But if your timing is early, then Melina will be chasing you forever. Well, that's if forever do exists. Last but not the least, we have Gord. Let's see if the push and stun from Khaleed's ultimate skill can stop him from puking rainbows. As you can see, as usual, Gord's ultimate skill is really unstoppable, and he just continued puking rainbows of joy. In terms of his combo, we usually follow an extremely simple combo for Khaleed. First, we accumulate enough desert power to fill the bar and have our next basic attack enhanced and our movement speed boosted. Then, when we are near the target, we use our enhanced basic attack to leap towards them, deal decent damage, and spray the pool of sand to slow them down. Then we use our first skill. In between moving your joystick, you can choose to deal basic attacks as well, especially if your desert power bar gets full. Then deal basic attacks or use the enhanced basic attack if your desert power bar got full. Then, for sure the enemy will try to escape. That's when you use your ultimate skill to chase their bum-bums. Make sure to sing A Whole New World while sand surfing. This will boost the morale of your teammates by being the bard of the team. Then just use your first and basic attacks if ever they are still alive. Then, just use your second skill if you are being focus fired by the enemies. Additional tip: no matter what happens, Mobile Legends is still a game that we should enjoy instead of being stressed. Be friendly even to your enemies so that they may also experience a stress-free feeling of relief. Also, you can make friends by educating curious humans of what Khaleed's skills are. This way, we make peace and not war. The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Khaleed. This video just guides you on how to use Khaleed the Kurumi way. We would like to thank our favorite lab rat, Rakuten, for being our lab rat for this boot camp. You can search for him in-game and tell him how much you appreciate him, willing to sacrifice his pride and honor for our sake. Watch his in-game streams and send some flowers and hearts. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Khaleed. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the community tab for the giveaway post. We have our coffee account just in case you want to donate us some coffee funds. Check out our coffee link on the description of this video. Please, only trust bootcamp videos from our official accounts. See you on the next Mobile Legends bootcamp. Cheers!
Victory!